How to build a catalog out of grills. Building a catalog out of grills is identical to building a catalog out of fittings. This exercise is going to help you get used to the parameters that grills offer in PractiCAD. What we have here is a Titus submittal sheet. We're going to build a TMS round neck catalog of grills. We're going to focus particularly on the lay-in. So we've got here nominal sizes from 4 to 8 with a 24 by 24 face. And essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to replicate this inside PractiCAD so we can use it for placement. We're going to go into PractiCAD and we must first access the grill section in the architectural. So let's go into Library in our PractiCAD ribbon or Express toolbar. And then on the left hand side we're going to focus on architecturals. We need to click the little plus key to open up all the different types of architectural entities PractiCAD provides us with. And in this tutorial we're going to focus on grills. So we're going to hit the plus key and open them up. Now there's a large variety of different grill types with different symbols. The one we're going to use here is the grill supply. And we're going to create a new catalog. First let's open up our screen by clicking on the restore or maximize button. We're going to hit create a new catalog. And we're going to name it what we want to call it. We're going to call this TMS lay-ins. And I happen to like to use capital letters for all of my catalogs. I try to keep that consistent throughout the software. I recommend you doing the same for reporting purposes later. So for the catalog name, TMS lay-ins, I'm going to keep it 100% capitalized. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit create a new item. And then we're going to name it what we want. So we're going to start with a 4-inch Titus. And here I usually use a capital letter and then lowercase. You can use whatever you prefer. Just keep it consistent anytime you're naming catalogs and naming the items inside, just as a recommendation. I'm going to hit Control C and copy this portion too because we're going to use it again. Now what we need to do is focus on the parameters of the grill. We're going to put it into isometric view here. And first you can see we've got the face of the grill. And the face parameters on our submittal sheet happen to be 24 by 24 for all the sizes we're going to use. And we're going to start with a nominal duct size, which is our B parameter. As you can see, it's our diameter. And we're going to do one for the 4-inch and one for the 5-inch. Okay, you can see we've got a C parameter here, which is called neck height for us. And then you've also got D, which is the total height of the entire grill itself. So let's first go in and change the parameters to 24 by 24 for the face. You can see they're already set. We're going to say neck diameter is going to be 4-inch. You've got height. Now height is actually, for us, height is the height below the neck. You can see here that they've got parameter D for the entire grill itself. But in PractiCAD, if we just look in front view, you can see that if the height is 0, the neck is still there. So if we make the height 3, that means there's 3 inches of body of this. And D in this, the D parameter in this particular PDF is actually for the whole thing. So what we're going to do is just take the D parameter they have, which is total height. We're going to subtract the neck height. And that's going to give us the height of the lane we want to make here. So let's look what it is. We can see that the total height of D is 5. That's the entire height here. We're going to subtract 2 3/4 inch. So we know that the height is actually going to be 2 1/4 inches. And you can see that the C parameter or the neck height is going to be 2 3/4 inches. So we're going to go back over to our PractiCAD. We're going to say that the height is going to be 2.25. And then we're going to say the neck height is going to be 2.75. And that would mean that this is now correct to what we see inside the PDF. Length delta and width delta parameters we explain in other tutorials. They're really not used in this particular case, but what length delta is it is the difference between the length of the face and the diameter of the fitting. So if you take 24 minus 4, the length delta is going to be the difference, which is 20. And width delta is going to be the same thing, but it's the difference between the width of the face and the diameter. And the tutorials on sidewall grills explain these parameters and why you would use them. Most of the time we skip over them. We're going to say airflow. Most of the time we like to put the airflow in as we draw. However, if the airflow or CFM is already preset, this would be a great place to preset it because it'll save you from inputting it as you place them down. For now, I'm just going to leave it as an open field at 0 that we can set layer. And then you have model number. Model number is a property that we can report. So if you want to place this on the drawing and have the model instantly say Titus TMS laying, you could put it here. Otherwise, you could leave it blank and you could fill it out as you place these down later. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to click on the 4-inch Titus and we're going to hit the green entity, and that's going to make a copy of exactly what we just did. And now I'm just going to type in 5-inch and I'm going to use my paste command because I had already copied the Titus, and I'm going to hit enter. And when you hit enter, it brings it over to the parameters. And here all you need to do really is change the neck diameter. And that's it. Everything else for this particular size breaks is the same. So it makes it real easy to just copy, paste, and make the change that's different between them. And once we've done our entire list, we can now hit the save key. And if we'd like to bring the entire catalog of lay-ins into our bin, all I need to do is drag it from right here. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to drag it and place it into our bin. And what that's going to allow us when we exit out of library is now we can just simply come over, we can grab a TMS lay-in, the catalog will open up. We've only got 2 choices in the catalog currently. We're going to select our 4-inch Titus. We're going to hit place. Okay, you can see that the parameters are still here. We left them unlocked so that we can change them on the fly. Here we can give it a model number, ABC 123, and we can give it an airflow. And all of this information can show up on your tags and reports automatically if you choose to do so. Currently, I have it set to tag model number, diameter, and CFM. So that'll conclude the tutorials on working with catalogs and grills.